Today's interconnected world, organizations face mounting pressure to deliver products and services that are not only high in quality, but also reliable and consistent. This demand has led to the widespread adoption of ISO 9001, the leading standard for quality management systems. ISO 9001 provides a structured framework that helps organizations continuously improve, satisfy customers, and achieve operational excellence. The heart of this process is the lead auditor, a professional dedicated to assessing quality management processes, ensuring compliance, and nurturing a culture of quality throughout the organization. This scene sets the stage for understanding why ISO 9001 and the lead auditor role are so vital in the modern business landscape. This handbook is designed as a comprehensive reference for ISO 9001 lead auditors. It brings together best practices from quality management, practical methodologies, and insights from disciplines like argumentation theory and data-driven decision-making. Drawing parallels with systematic analysis found in scientific research and structured knowledge frameworks, the handbook aims to provide not just procedural guidance, but also to cultivate the critical thinking and analytical skills essential for effective auditing. Whether you're new to auditing or a seasoned professional, this guide will help you navigate the complexities of ISO 9001 audits with confidence. Throughout the following chapters, the handbook explores foundational ISO 9001 concepts, lead auditor competencies, audit planning and execution, evidence collection and evaluation, and effective communication and reporting. It also addresses ethical and professional standards, the use of argumentation frameworks, data-driven analytics, and the importance of continual professional development. This structure ensures that lead auditors are equipped with both the knowledge and the mindset needed to excel in a rapidly evolving business environment. ISO 9001 was first published in 1987 by the International Organization for Standardization. Since then, it has undergone several revisions, each reflecting the changing needs of industry and a growing emphasis on risk management, stakeholder engagement, and process-based approaches. Much like scientific research evolves with new discoveries, ISO 9001 has transformed from a compliance checklist into a dynamic system for organizational improvement. Understanding this evolution helps auditors appreciate the standard's flexibility and relevance. Current version, ISO 9001-2015, is built on 7 core principles: customer focus, leadership engagement of people, process approach, improvement, evidence-based decision-making, and relationship management. These principles form the foundation for all QMS requirements. The standard's high-level structure allows organizations to integrate ISO 9001 with other management systems, supporting alignment, efficiency, and strategic coherence. Auditors must be familiar with these principles to evaluate both compliance and effectiveness. Lead auditor is responsible for planning, leading, and reporting on audits of the quality management system. This role goes beyond checking boxes. It requires ensuring that processes conform to both the letter and the spirit of ISO 9001. Lead auditors need a blend of technical knowledge, analytical skills, and interpersonal abilities. Their expertise is comparable to that required in advanced scientific research and computational argumentation, making them pivotal in driving organizational quality. To be effective, ISO 9001 lead auditors must master a range of competencies. These include a deep understanding of ISO 9001 requirements, audit planning and management, analytical skills, argumentation and reasoning, as well as leadership and communication. Each of these domains contributes to the auditor's ability to conduct thorough, objective, and insightful audits. The following scenes will break down each competency in detail, illustrating how they interconnect to support audit excellence. Lead auditor must have detailed knowledge of all ISO 9001 clauses, from context analysis and leadership to planning, support, operation, performance evaluation, and improvement. This technical foundation ensures that auditors can accurately assess compliance and identify areas for improvement. Mastery in these areas is essential for developing effective audit programs and adapting to different organizational contexts. Effective audit planning involves developing audit programs, allocating resources, managing time, and adapting plans to the unique needs of each organization. Lead auditors must be able to anticipate challenges, prioritize tasks, and ensure that audits are both comprehensive and efficient. These skills are critical for delivering value through the audit process and supporting organizational goals. Lead auditors must be adept at data analysis, root cause investigation, and risk assessment. Drawing from scientific and statistical methodologies, auditors use these skills to interpret complex information, identify trends, and make evidence-based decisions. Analytical acumen is what enables auditors to move beyond surface-level findings and uncover the underlying causes of issues. Structuring, evaluating, and communicating evidence-based findings is a core competency for lead auditors. By leveraging frameworks from argumentation theory, auditors can present their conclusions in a clear, logical, and defensible manner. Strong communication skills also help in leading audit teams, engaging with auditees, and resolving conflicts, ensuring that the audit process is both effective and collaborative. Lead auditors must uphold the highest ethical standards, including impartiality, confidentiality, integrity, and objectivity. Ethical auditing is crucial for maintaining the credibility of the audit process and ensuring that findings are trusted by all stakeholders. The reliability of audit judgments depends on the auditor's commitment to transparency and ethical conduct. The field of quality management and auditing is constantly evolving. Lead auditors must engage in lifelong learning by reading handbooks, attending training, and participating in professional communities. This commitment to continuous development ensures that auditors remain current with best practices and emerging trends, enhancing their effectiveness and adaptability. Every effective audit begins with clear objectives, a well-defined scope, and explicit criteria. Objectives may include assessing conformity, evaluating effectiveness, or identifying opportunities for improvement. The scope defines the boundaries, such as organizational units, locations, and timeframes, while criteria specify the standards against which compliance is measured. Setting these parameters is essential for a focused and meaningful audit. Audit program is a strategic document that outlines the schedule, frequency, and type of audits to be conducted. It should consider factors like risk, process significance, previous audit outcomes, and organizational changes. The program must be dynamic, subject to periodic review and adaptation, reflecting the iterative nature of both scientific investigation and quality management. ISO 9001-2015 emphasizes risk-based thinking. Lead auditors are expected to prioritize audit activities based on risk and opportunity, ensuring that critical processes receive appropriate attention. Techniques like failure mode and effects analysis, FMEA, and statistical sampling help auditors allocate resources efficiently and focus on areas with the greatest impact. Preparation is key to a successful audit. This includes reviewing previous audit reports, management reviews, process maps, and key performance indicators. Audit checklists should be tailored to the specific organization, focusing on process interactions, outputs, and evidence trails. Well-prepared documentation ensures that audits are thorough and relevant. The opening meeting sets the tone for the entire audit. The lead auditor introduces the team, clarifies objectives and scope, explains the audit methodology, and addresses any concerns. Creating a collaborative atmosphere encourages openness and facilitates effective evidence gathering, laying the groundwork for a productive audit. Modern audits focus on the process approach, assessing not only compliance, but also the effectiveness and efficiency of process interactions. Auditors trace the flow of inputs, activities, outputs, and feedback loops, examining how each process contributes to strategic objectives and customer satisfaction. This systems thinking perspective is crucial for identifying opportunities for improvement. Collecting credible evidence is at the core of the audit process. Auditors gather information through interviews, observation, document review, and sampling. The quality and sufficiency of evidence directly impact the reliability of audit findings, making rigorous evidence collection a top priority for every lead auditor. Interviews are a vital tool for gathering both factual information and insights into organizational culture. Auditors should structure interviews to be flexible yet focused, avoiding leading questions and remaining alert to inconsistencies. These skills are similar to those used in effective argument analysis, helping auditors uncover deeper truths. Direct observation allows auditors to verify that documented procedures are actually being followed. Noticing discrepancies between what is said and what is done can provide valuable leads for further investigation. Observation is a powerful way to ensure that processes are not just well documented, but also effectively implemented. Reviewing documents and records is a core part of the audit. Auditors assess not only the existence of policies, procedures, and records, but also their adequacy, currency, and control. This ensures that the organization's documentation supports effective quality management and continuous improvement. Given limited resources, auditors often use sampling to evaluate processes and records. Statistical sampling methods, inspired by scientific research, enhance the objectivity and reliability of audit findings. Proper sampling ensures that conclusions are based on representative evidence, not isolated incidents. After collecting evidence, auditors must synthesize diverse information streams to construct coherent arguments for conformity or nonconformity. Argumentation frameworks help structure reasoning, weigh competing claims, and reach justifiable conclusions. This structured approach ensures that audit judgments are transparent and defensible. Each audit finding should be supported by a clear chain of reasoning. This includes stating the observed fact or condition, presenting objective evidence, referencing the relevant standard, analyzing how the evidence relates to the standard, and drawing a conclusion. This mirrors Tauman's model of argumentation and is essential for defensible audit reports. Sometimes evidence may be ambiguous or contradictory. In these cases, auditors apply principles from argumentation theory, such as admissibility and conflict resolution, to decompose complex situations and evaluate the strength of competing arguments. Documenting the rationale for conclusions is critical for transparency and credibility. Effective communication within the audit team is essential for consistency, objectivity, and completeness. Techniques such as daily debriefings, evidence sharing, and collaborative analysis help foster shared understanding and reduce individual biases. Strong teamwork ensures that audits are thorough and balanced. Closing meeting is an opportunity to present preliminary findings, clarify misunderstandings, and ensure that auditees understand the basis for conclusions. Auditors should communicate both strengths and areas for improvement, emphasizing the constructive nature of the audit process and fostering a spirit of continuous improvement. Audit reports must be clear, concise, and actionable. They typically include an introduction outlining objectives, scope, and criteria, a summary of overall QMS conformity, detailed findings, references to supporting evidence, and conclusions with recommendations. The clarity and transparency of audit reports are crucial for driving improvement and accountability. Audit findings are typically classified as nonconformity, observation, or positive practice. Nonconformity indicates a failure to meet a requirement, observation highlights potential risks or opportunities, and positive practice recognizes exemplary performance. Each classification should be justified with reference to evidence and standards, using structured reasoning. When findings are subject to uncertainty, auditors must disclose the limitations of evidence, the basis for judgment, and any assumptions made. This practice aligns with the critical self-reflection found in scientific research and ensures that audit conclusions are both honest and defensible. While auditors should avoid prescribing specific solutions, they may offer recommendations for corrective action or improvement. The audit process should include mechanisms for tracking the implementation and effectiveness of actions taken, creating a closed-loop system that supports continuous improvement. Recent advances in artificial intelligence and formal logic have highlighted the value of structured argumentation in supporting defensible audit judgments. Argumentation frameworks help model complex findings, ensure transparency, and facilitate consensus building within audit teams and with auditees. This approach strengthens the credibility and reproducibility of audit conclusions. Shift toward evidence-based decision-making in ISO 9001 mirrors the quantitative analysis central to scientific research. Lead auditors should be proficient in statistical analysis, trend analysis, and root cause investigation, as well as the use of digital tools for evidence collection and management. This data-driven approach enhances objectivity and supports continual improvement. Auditors may face ethical dilemmas, such as pressure to overlook nonconformities or conflicts of interest. Argumentation theory provides tools for recognizing and addressing bias, ensuring that audit judgments remain impartial and defensible. Maintaining ethical standards is essential for the integrity of the audit process. The rise of artificial intelligence in quality management, auditors must develop competencies in evaluating AI-driven processes. Key considerations include explainability, transparency, and bias detection. These skills are increasingly important as organizations rely more on automated systems for quality control and decision-making. COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the adoption of remote auditing. Lead auditors must now be skilled in using digital communication tools, managing remote evidence collection, and addressing challenges like data security and reduced direct observation. Remote auditing is here to stay, making digital proficiency a must-have skill. Audit programs should include mechanisms for capturing lessons learned, sharing knowledge, and disseminating best practices. This collaborative approach, inspired by research communities, helps organizations and auditors continuously improve and adapt to new challenges. Regular calibration exercises and peer reviews are essential for ensuring consistency, objectivity, and ongoing professional development among auditors. These practices mirror the peer review processes found in scientific research, helping maintain high standards and continuous improvement in auditing. Audit programs should be periodically reviewed and updated in response to organizational changes, emerging risks, technological advancements, and stakeholder feedback. Flexibility and adaptability are key traits for effective auditing, ensuring that audit programs remain relevant and impactful. When an auditee disputes a nonconformity, lead auditors can use argumentation-based approaches to model competing claims, evaluate evidence, and structure the reasoning process transparently. This not only facilitates resolution, but also enhances the credibility and fairness of the audit process. Statistical analysis can reveal patterns of recurring defects or systemic issues within an organization. By applying advanced techniques, auditors can identify correlations and root causes, enabling organizations to implement effective corrective actions and drive continuous improvement. As organizations increasingly rely on AI for quality control, auditors must assess the potential for bias in automated decision-making. Argumentation-based approaches provide practical methodologies for evaluating fairness, transparency, and accountability in these systems, ensuring that technology supports rather than undermines quality objectives. Looking ahead, ISO 9001 auditing will increasingly involve integration with other management systems, digital transformation, and a focus on organizational culture and sustainability. Lead auditors must stay abreast of technological developments, cultivate new skills, and be prepared to evaluate environmental, social, and governance factors as part of the audit process. ISO 9001 Lead Auditor plays a pivotal role in safeguarding and enhancing organizational quality. By mastering technical, analytical, and interpersonal competencies, lead auditors can conduct audits that are compliant, effective, and value-adding. Embracing lifelong learning, critical reflection, and adaptability will be essential as the landscape of quality management continues to evolve.